Hi, I'm Eric Paistro-Cleaver, the EverQuest Community Manager, and I will be your host for this webcast titled Only the Blind Will See and Other EverQuest Stories. We've got a lot of exciting stuff for you folks today. First, I'm going to talk about this gentleman here on my right. This is Adam Key, our EverQuest Marketing Brand Manager. Then Alan Abzer-Vancouvering is going to talk a little bit about a quest that was just released in EverQuest titled "Only the Blind Can See." Only the Blind Will See.
Yes.
And then finally, Tom Fathom Terrazas on the far right over there is going to discuss EverQuest Veil of Alaris, give you a little recap of the information we've released so far, so everybody gets a great understanding. So let's start off with you, Adam.
All right.
So when people think of marketing for MMOs, they usually think of like some sort of nameless, faceless evil. We decided to put a name and a face to it. You guys can decide about the rest. So you were hired as a marketing brand manager for EverQuest. For a lot of our listeners, most of whom don't work in the industry, can you tell us a little bit about your role and what your role is with product?
Sure. Well, first of all, thanks for inviting me. I definitely appreciate it. As a brand manager, you're really the central point of contact and communication between all the different departments at the company. So on a daily basis, I'm working with community, I'm working with development, I'm working with public relations, finance, legal. You know, in working with all of those different departments, you know, you're trying to come up with the best ways to promote the brand that you're working on. So, you know, whether that's an expansion coming up or a game update coming up or a cool in-game item, you're working with all those different departments, talking to them, you know, every day, just to kind of lay out a plan and get all the exciting news out there to the community.
Okay. Now, EverQuest is a very established product. Was it intimidating starting to work with such an extensive product?
Yeah,
and
you know, it's very, you know, it's really exciting to be working on. It's very exciting and very humbling because this brand has been around for 12 years. It's, you know, there's just so much content, and so that's very exciting. But then, that's a challenge as well. It's a challenge for me to go through because as a brand manager, you really want to be an expert on the brand you're working on, you know, to properly, you know, market it. So that, you know, 12 years worth of content, all these different game expansions that have come out, all the different game updates, it's a lot to go through. And really to kind of overcome that, you just got to engross yourself in the game. You got to play the game. You got to talk to community. You got to talk to development and learn about it, as much about the game as possible. And that way, you know, you'll make the best possible decisions on the marketing end.
Awesome.
Can I interject there?
You certainly may, Tom.
I heard a rumor on this interjection, or this pouring himself into the game. I heard a rumor, and I'm not sure if it's true, that maybe EQ character isn't the highest level character he has on of all of our games.
Well, I had to start somewhere. I mean, I came in from a different industry, so I had to kind of start somewhere, and I had to start with the easiest route. So yes, maybe in one game I'm a little bit higher than others, but you know, I'm getting there. So,
it was just a rumor. You could have just denied it, confirmed it, and actually, I'd like to go on record for another item that we didn't invite him. He just came through the door.
Yeah, I just walked in, just sat down. You know.
Okay. So I hear you have an upcoming promotion to help attract some players back to EverQuest. So
Yeah.
you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. This year was actually my first Fan Faire, so I'd never been to Fan Faire before, and it was very cool to meet all the different players and hear from them. And you know, one thing I heard, like when I would talk to a player and they say, I'm on marketing, they're like, oh, well, what are you doing to get more people in the game? Now, I heard that, and I was in a few different panels and listened to that, and I know that a lot of you want just more players in the game. So what we're doing, it's something that we've done before, but it's something we're going to do a lot more often, is early September we're going to be doing a win back, and we're going to be going after players who have been out of the game for a while and, you know, entice them back, give them some nice goodies to get in the game, you know, when they sign up for the game. So we're going to be doing that, and that's, you know, a lot of times it's something you do just once a year, but from now on, what we want to do is we want to do it a lot more often. So, you know, every time there's something exciting coming out in the game, whether it's a game update or expansion, we're gonna hit everybody with a win back and try to get people back in the game. Because especially with this very cool expansion coming out, Veil of Alaris, we want to have as many people back as we can. So we're not ignoring EverQuest. We're going to keep getting people back into the game. So pretty excited about that.
Cool. Well, it sounds exciting. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's talk to you a little bit, Alan.
Are you sure?
I am 100% sure.
All right.
So Alan is better known as Abzer to those of you who frequent our forums. He's a long time member of the EverQuest dev team.
One more long in
No,
there.
that was enough longs.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So new quest, only the blind will see. What can you tell us about it?
Well, I can tell you everything about it. Would that ruin the fun?
Well, what would you like to share?
All right. I'm not entirely sure where to start. A lot of people have already done it, so I'm probably not giving anything away. It starts out with a gentleman who finds a mysterious book who wants to know what it says in the book. However, he can't read it and he can't find anybody who can. I don't know if I'll go ahead and give the plot twist away. Who cares? He basically borrowed the book from a bunch of thieves and told them that it would lead him to treasure, which he knew it probably wouldn't, but he didn't really care. So now he's got these thieves trying to hunt him down to get the book back. At the same time, he's trying to find out what it says. So players will be helping him find out what it says and taking some of the pressure off him so he can actually figure out how to read the book.
Well, hopefully there's some fat loot in there somewhere.
Might be.
Might be.
Might be.
How long is this quest going to be available?
It ends the 30th of this month.
30th of this month. So definitely players should get in game and check it out. It's working right now. Anybody can go get it?
Yeah, it should be back up now, right? Yeah, we did have a problem when it launched. We did fix it. Yeah, I know. You didn't. My bad. It is fixed. It should be running, and I've actually added a few more catches to prevent it from breaking. So it should be fine now. If not, you can find me on the forums and yell at me. That's
There we
what I'm
go.
here for.
Well, why don't we have a conversation after this?
Great. Thanks, Eric.
And it starts off in the
Plane of knowledge?
Plane of Knowledge? Okay.
Is that a test? Because I did forget for about a second there.
Okay. And I've seen the reward. It seems it's a little bit mysterious.
Yep.
Does it hint at anything in the future?
Yes.
Okay. And is there any reason players might want to have this in a couple months when it comes out?
Yeah, don't throw it away. There's two rewards. One is an ornamentation. The other one is relevant to the upcoming expansion. So I don't want to give too much away, but you'll like it. It's not, it's not win the game, but it's kind of cool, and you should definitely not just delete it.
Awesome.
What happens if they do?
You will give them another one.
I will.
You personally will come to their house and hand them one.
Oh, okay.
That'll be a fun way to spend some
If
time.
you're going to ask me what happens, then that's what I'm going to give you.
You're huffing.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
so-
I'm busy that
You're
week.
busy that day?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, well, now one of the things, of course, that everybody's the most excited about is the upcoming expansion of Alaris. I've been just bursting at the seams, wishing I could tell people about it for months.
Kind of gross when you do that.
Yes, it's not a pretty sight. Definitely not something we're going to do on video. But what can you tell people, Tom, for people who haven't been following us closely? Can you give them an outline of what's going into the expansion, a little bit about it?
Lots of stuff to kill, fat loot, you die sometimes. That's pretty much it.
Sounds exciting.
So,
All right, I think we're done here. Yeah, so we're going into beta in mid-September.
Okay.
We hope to have every finished piece of the expansion ready to go by that time. So if you're interested in checking it out before it launches, try to get a little head start on maybe gaining some knowledge of what you might want to do when it does go live, then please sign up for the beta, which will have to be NDA approved. So that'll be mid-September, and then the expansion should launch mid to late November. And it's got the usual bells and whistles, but the bells and whistles are shinier and better this time. They always are.
Mm-hmm.
We've got lots of zones. We've got spells and some sort of sign being held up.
He says,
My mom, yeah, I'll tell her,
Yeah.
I'll call her back. So we've got, just a slew of, new spells, new AAs, you name it, missions, quest raids, fill in the blanks. So besides that, features. Do you guys want to know about features?
I'm pretty sure they want to know about features.
We can't tell you that right now. Next
We
question.
can tell them, we just can't tell him.
All right, so you don't listen. Well, I'd like to see him burst out the seams a little more. That'd be pretty cool, so plug your ears. All right, features. We're actually revamping our hotbars. So we are actually going to be giving you more hotbars. So if you're a hot bar collector of sorts, then you'll be able to collect as many as you want, except up to a certain level that we actually put in there. Will be approximately 10 hot bars. The hot bars will actually include more buttons, so you'll be able to put more in there if you like, more on your screen hopefully. The hot bars will be easily resizable, so you don't have to have the customary long hot bar across your screen. You could go. Care to take a guess?
How about 2x6?
Oh, 2x6, that'd be great. You could do that. What about 3x4?
3x4 is always exciting.
4x3? Or 6x2. So you can move it any way you want, stack them, collect them again. So that's one. We're trying to create a nice functionality within the hotbars so where you can actually do all the customization from the hotbar, so you won't have to go diving into settings to play with more. Where exactly is that? That's a fun game in itself. It's kind of like gems, so you go in and try to collect them. But no, but what we want to do is we actually want to give you more functionality, and I think one of the biggest and best things that will be with this is you can actually link items from your hotbar to items inside your inventory. So, hey, get rid of for the most part, a lot of the hot swapping that you have to do to open up your inventory, take something out of your inventory bag, put it into another slot to activate it and slide it back. You can have a little bit more flexibility with doing some of this. You will still have to do some things, but being able to actually link from the hotbar is the best thing to stuff in your inventory.
Yes, definitely. I'm looking forward to being able to activate some of my cookies from within bags. That'll be a big plus for me. One of the things I was really excited was the addition of icons onto hotbars. Just for me, it's a lot easier instead of reading text to say, oh, this is the image that I want. I can associate it with that activity.
We're doing that?
I hope so.
Oh, yeah. No, we're doing that, yes.
Last I heard.
It would be, yeah.
Now that
Okay.
we've announced it, I guess we better get on.
Yeah. So let's see. Hot bars is one thing. Do you have any specific questions you'd like to know, or are you supposed to be still plugging your ears?
I'm still plugging my ears.
Okay, well, hot bars, we're also raising the level cap. So we are going up to 200 this time?
Sure.
200. No? Okay. I think actually it's, we're going up 5 more levels, so you can be the first to the top again. Once we let the floodgates open on launch day, the race begins yet again. So we are also doing a parcel delivery system. So that'll be something that you might think, wow, you can't send items, but hey, we're trying to put all of that that functionality that you might have seen in other games. That it's about time that we put it in, and it's been asked for. Little tiny additions like making the hotbar more flexible. Actually,
Surprised you didn't say making the hot bar hotter.
Oh,
Because that sounds like something you would say.
no, I would say hotness. It'd be the new hotness, and actually, it's a coin phrase around here. It's trademarked in 13 countries. So.
I will duly note it.
Okay. But we're raising the level cap. We're doing the parcel delivery system. You can mail items to your friends and inevitably yourself too. So that'll be found out. Coin as well. So this will be some good, some really nice additions. And we have more.
Definitely. Well, so that was another thing I was going to ask you about. We've announced a couple features that aren't going to be specifically tied to the expansion. Could you tell us anything about that? Things that are going to be released in the future but aren't necessarily associated with the expansion.
Well, before I do want to add a little more to the expansion.
Okay.
We are creating a new guild rank based permission system. So your controls to give people permissions to do whatever you want inside the new guild halls. New guild halls are coming. So the ability to add people. You can change the ranks to different names if you want your top level to be the Grand Poobahs, and you can name it the Grand Poobahs or the the Kitty Cats or whatever you want. I'm just choosing these names at random, by the way.
I hope
don't
so.
know. So, Grand Poobah comes from Happy Days, by the way. So we have the guild rank permission system. We have the new guild halls. We have 2 new guild exteriors and interiors. We are also delivering a new exterior to the current guild halls. So what you'll be able to do with that, because you're probably thinking, is that going to be seen inside Plane of Knowledge? No. You're going to be able to take that exterior and take your guild hall essentially and put it in the neighborhood. Awesome. So if you want to have access to your guild hall and you have a nice exterior look and feel to it, then you can put it in a neighborhood. You can put it in a guild neighborhood if you'd like, if your guild has purchased one, and keep all the riffraff out, So that happens around my house all the time, around my office. Alan keeps on bothering me. So we have the exteriors, and as well as the 2 new guild halls, you'll also be able to put in neighborhoods. So trying to, kind of give you your own space and really just, deck it out in your own zone. I think it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, I definitely think when the community sees what the new guild halls look like inside and outside, which will be not this month, but in the future we'll be showing that to you. Very, very excited. It's very impressive.
And for history's sake, this is something that we wanted to deliver even, last year. And we kind of, we were looking at how we were able to do it in a, the time manner that we wanted to, that made sense. And we really saw that we had to create all these tools to allow you to, drop your trophies in and decorate and do whatever you want within your own, property, so to speak. But we had to do, on a smaller scale. Not really calling housing small, but we fleshed that out pretty well, and it's awesome housing. Hey, buy your own land and keep it in game. That's pretty cool. But we had to create that first. We had to make that first layer, that first step of creating all of that for housing before we could do guild halls. So it just kind of dovetailed together where it was the proper time to do this.
I just wanted to point out, because I know the first question we're going to get is, you will get the functionality from the original guild hall in your guild hall in the housing properties. Just so I don't have to answer that one on the forums.
There we go. Duly noted. Okay, so back to other future developments. What else do we have planned aside from this exciting new expansion? What else is going on in EverQuest?
Well, let's see. I think hopefully this will be one that you'll enjoy. We're creating, the ability to have more than one mercenary. Not out at the same time, because I know that'll be the first question. I can have 2 out at the same time, and I could just sit down and not do anything. That'd be awesome. So we already have that in game.
Sitting down and doing nothing for it.
Yeah, pretty much. It's how I play. I group up with my employees, and I say, "Go level me up now." No. So what we're going to be doing with that is, there are times where you might want to have, your, cleric or warrior, rogue, DPS. So you want to be able to switch out with having to run back, get rid of your mercenary and get a new one. So we're allowing you to hold 2. So we will have some restrictions on, being able to pull them out and swapping them, really fast. But we're going to give you some, more functionality out in the front lines, basically. And what that number is right now is still being determined, but we're definitely going to allow you to have more functionality there.
That to me is personally exciting because for me it's like I have all these cool mercenaries. I have the Amygdalin mercenary. I'm probably mangling the pronunciation there. I have my Bazoo mercenary, and I'm like, well, which one do I pick? Which one do I want to keep? And so, for me, it's exciting. Oh, hey, I'll be able to have, all the different types that I want.
Yeah, and you probably have some faction reasons for pulling out, one mercenary versus another. So if you're going through a bad part of town, you probably want to pull out a different mercenary.
Okay, cool. So that is very, very exciting. And finally, is there anything else you want to add, Tom? Anything else you want to say to the EverQuest community? Anything?
I was going to think of something funny to say, but I didn't have time. I'm just too concerned about, what I really wanted to say here. One of the things we're working on, we hope to have close to, maybe soon after, offline brokering.
Offline brokering.
Where you will not have to stay logged in with your computer on, draining more resources. The gas and power, I'm sure will appreciate that. Those companies, they're already taking enough money, but you won't have to have your computer on all night long to stay logged in and sell. So we're working on that.
Awesome.
So stay tuned.
Okay, great. Well, you heard it here. Anyways, I'd like to thank all of our viewers for joining us in this webcast. It's been exciting to be able to share some information with you guys, and I want to thank all of you for being willing to take some time out of your day and coming out here. Some of you more willing than others, and I am looking at you, Alan.
Why? Well, that's because some of us have work to do.
These little details.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Anyways, thank you very much, folks. It's been great having you. This has been a production of the Sony Online Entertainment Community Team, and until next time, have a good one.
See you later.